When I say in my videos that you don't need anything, you don't need food, you don't need even water, you don't need drugs, that you don't need anything external to you, not only for happiness and well-being, but also to survive and thrive. This is what we're talking about in these videos lately, breatharianism. When I say that, that is a truth, and believe me, it is a truth. That is a truth that you can only and only perceive if you're in a parasympathetic nervous system state. In other words, if you're breathing slow, then that is a truth that you're able to grasp and know experientially. Intuitively, experientially, you know this to be true. But if I tell you this, hey, by the way, you don't really need anything, to be alive and well and to thrive. You don't even need food. You don't need anything. You know that. You don't even need a mate. You don't need friends. You don't need anything. And if you're breathing 15 breaths per minute, 18 breaths per minute, like pretty much 98 out of 100 people that you meet, that is not a truth you're going to be able to grasp. You're panting basically. You're panting. You're panting. You're living your entire existence panting. So you're living in the sympathetic nervous system state of mind, and so therefore you're always stressed, and you are basically deep in the illusion. I mean, to escape the illusion, to rise above the illusion, to transcend the illusion, you really have to slow your breath down. Otherwise, you're deep in Maya, you're deep in the illusion, you're under the illusion that you're this separate entity. And so as long as you're separate, that implies that, for you to survive and thrive, you need something external of yourself. And so the game is like this. It's very simple. If you're breathing rapidly, then you're always under the massive illusion, the grandiose illusion that you need something external of yourself. Let it be food, let it be companionship, let it be anything that you need. And I heard Ram Dass say this before, and I could never understand it when he said it, because at those times I was panting. Okay, I was hyperventilating. Hyperventilating means, again, if you're taking too many breaths per minute, you're hyperventilating. You don't have to. That's like extreme hyperventilating. But if you're just sort of watching TV, but still you're taking too many breaths, you're hyperventilating, as far as I'm concerned. And as far as anybody's concerned, actually. So I heard Ram Dass say, he says, anything you say I need is a statement of who you think you are, which turns out to be false. And he says, if you say I need food, then that's a statement. Or if you say I need food, I need water, I need anything. And he said, once you use the word I need, that is a statement. You're making a statement that basically I don't know who I am. I think I'm somebody that's separate, that's finite, and I don't know who I am. And I never understood that until I started to practice this, slowing down my breath. And so if you listen to this and you've just maybe meditated and really slowed down your breath to 3, 4, 3, 2 breaths per minute, you know what I'm talking about, because you really get this feeling like, I don't need anything right now. I don't need anything. I don't need food. I don't need companionship. It's perfect. It's all beautiful right here in the now, right here in the moment. And that's the essence of breatharianism, really, in a nutshell. Living off prana, being able to be sustained off subtler forms of energy, because you are energy. That's the thing. I mean, you are pure energy. That I'm not addressing the ego here. I'm not addressing your finite self, your persona, your mask, your costume, your character. That's not who I'm addressing. Okay? Be on your toes when it comes to that. I'm not addressing that here. I'm not addressing that part of you. That is a very shallow and temporary part, and you're playing the character right now. Don't ignore that you're playing the character, but just, I'm addressing myself. And I've been doing this weird thing lately where, if, say, I look at my brother and he's washing the dishes, I say in my internal dialogue, I am washing the dishes. Because then I start to see myself in everyone, because I am everyone. And it's really trippy. You try that sometime. And suddenly, like, slow, or as soon as I said that, I was my brother washing the dishes. It's really, really trippy. So that's what I'm addressing. That's infinity. That's pure energy. That's pure consciousness. That's pure love. And how can you need anything when you're in that state? How can you need anything when you're in that state? You don't really need anything. Now, does that mean, Saeed, now you're what? You don't need anything? You're now a breatharian? No. These are glimpses. These are feelings that I'm feeling right now because I had just finished doing some breath work, aka meditation. Meditation really is breath work. I just finished doing some breath work, and I feel absolutely fantastic, at ease. Like, I don't really need anything right now. I mean, and if I could sustain this, and sustain it I will in the long run, via practice, via doing this throughout the day and making it a habit. And really, it's a programming thing. It's a programming thing, right? Via programming, then this, what I'm feeling right now, which is a state of total abundance, total isness, total being here, total fulfillment. Fulfillment is the word here. And it is absolutely independent of anything external. If I could replicate this state moment to moment, I would even go as far as saying, isn't that enlightenment? Isn't that what enlightenment is? And I think if that's not enlightenment, that's definitely close to it. You're definitely at the city gates, at least, to say the least, and you're almost there. You've just got to walk through the gate. Because if you could live in that state, that's what, again, that's what the essence of breatharianism, of inidia, of living off the prana, the subtler energies is. That's the essence of it. The essence of it is you slow down your breath and slow down, and then if you keep slowing down and practicing over a period of time, then you essentially live permanently in the parasympathetic part of life, the parasympathetic nervous system. And that's the more feminine. Parasympathetic is rest, rejuvenation, surrender, ease, and then sympathetic nervous system is, go out and assert and look and search and chase. Okay? And as it turns out, really, you want to be spending most of your time in the parasympathetic state. You want to be spending a lot of your time doing nothing. Okay? And if you are able to do nothing, you will realize that nothing is the best thing you could do. And nothing is you. You're nothing. You're nobody. You're nobody. You're no one. You're nothing. You're void. Okay? You're shapeless. You're formless. If you could face the void, this I call it facing the void and becoming the void. You see? So as long as you're chasing something, you're escaping the void. I mean, they always say, he's trying to fill the void, she's trying to fill the void. Oh yeah, she's always changing boyfriends because she has a void. Everybody knows this intuitively. When you see somebody that's constantly coming in and out of a relationship, oh yeah, she's just filling some voids. And you say it with knowledge. Of course, you've got your own voids, but everybody knows. So as long as you're in a state of chase and need, you're trying to fill a void. Okay? Or you see somebody eating, 5-6 times a day and they've got a belly and You just know, oh, they're trying to fill a void. There's an in emotional inner void they're trying to fill. You see somebody obsessed with working out, such as yours truly here in the past. I barely work out now, because again, what is working out? I mean, if you're talking about working out, I mean, I walk, I bike, and good luck trying to out hike me. Okay, that's a big achievement if you could do that. But I'm saying workout, everything is just gym and building muscle and all that kind of stuff, right? Anyway, you see somebody obsessed with certain behavior, anything, even hiking. You know, I'm obsessed with hiking or whatever. You know, again, you just know they're trying to fill a void. Somebody who's trying to project a certain physical image to the world that look like I got a nice body and this and that. They're trying to fill a void. Now, everybody's trying to fill a void. Okay, everybody's got their own little ways of filling the void. There's food, there is going to the gym and building muscles, there is achievements. You know, people go to achieve. They're obsessed with achievements. That's also filling a void. I mean, all of us are filling a void. Now, what is this void? Now, you don't fill the void, you become the void, because what you're doing is, it's all forms of escapism. All of it is forms of escapism. All of it, you're escaping the void. You're not even trying to fill the void. I don't think that's the correct terminology to use. Oh, he's trying to fill a void, or I'm trying to fill a void, or she's trying to fill a void. No. I call it, or I think the more proper way of describing it, the more correct way, is you're escaping the void. You're escaping. It's a form of escapism. And so how do you face the void? And if you face the void, you become the void. How do you face and become the void? You do nothing. And that's the breath work, that's the meditation, is you do nothing. And that's what I did before making this video, is I literally did nothing. I just laid down in the sun. And I'll tell you, this today is like one of my favorite days, because if you look at you look at the skies, there's quite a bit of clouds, but they're white clouds because it's not going to rain. Well, there's a few gray ones there, and then you have the sun. So the sun comes in and out, and then you have these absolutely magnificent clouds. And I'm about to go to my monastery that I showed you guys, and just cloud gaze, because it's one of those days, and it's still chilly. It's in the morning, but in a few hours I'll be able to be shirtless and it'll be warm. So, yeah, this is one of my favorite days. I love it. The clouds, just the beautiful clouds. And then the sun comes in and out, so you still get the warmth. Really, really beautiful. So I had just done that before. I laid here and just let the sun come in and out, and sort of soaked in the grass. Had my feet, grounded on the earth, and did that for about 30 minutes. And I just counted my breath. That's all I did. I counted my breath, and I ran the timer until 30 minutes. And I didn't even try or anything. And then I did about 3 breaths per minute. Because what happens is, if you just observe your breath, put your hands on your belly and just observe. Don't try to speed it up. Don't try to slow it down. Don't try to do any of that. Just because it slows down on its own if you do that. Close your eyes, very important. Close your eyes, okay? And it'll slow down, and it'll slow down on its own to 4 breaths, 3 breaths per minute, and sometimes I go 2 breaths per minute. Now, if I'm trying to be conscious, I go to 2 and 1 breaths per minute. If I'm like slowing it down consciously, but if I'm not slowing down consciously, it usually averages to be 4, 3 breaths per minute, which is pretty blissful. You try it out. It's really blissful. And then, yeah, you get this feeling like, I'm perfect, I'm complete, I'm whole, because you're whole. There's only one of you. There is just isness, pure awareness. So anytime you feel like you are in a state of need, or anytime you catch yourself, very important to catch yourself, you're chasing something. Like you're chasing a rush, you're going out from one restaurant to another. Or you're really obsessed with working out, building muscle, and you have a certain obsessive behavior towards something, whatever it is. Recognize that you're not trying to fill the void, you're escaping the void, and that at one point, in one lifetime or another, you're going to have to stop the escape And how do you stop the escape? By sitting down, closing your eyes, slowing your breath down. And that way you become the void. There's nothing to escape, and that is the best thing ever. To do nothing and be nothing is the best thing ever. Okay? So that's about it. I want to thank all the Patreons for supporting this channel. You guys are fantastic people. And we've got a few more people signing in, I know. So I know a lot of you guys want to hop in, and this is your chance to do it right now, okay? I really, really appreciate it. So you could, I always say buy me a cup of tea, but I got to change that to buy me a young Thai coconut. Okay, so you could do that with as little as $2 a month. Okay, you pick up your credit card right now. Slow down your breath first, because when you slow down your breath, you realize there's no rush, nothing to do. And then you could get up, get your credit card, takes you 5 measly minutes. Okay, and then you could just put in $2 a month there, show your appreciation that way, and forget about it. Okay, so make sure to slow down your breath first before you do that. And I appreciate you all the guys in the Patreons. Make sure to check your Patreon feed. I've got lots of things coming up for you guys as a way of me showing my appreciation. And if you want to book a one-on-one consultation, I do those as well. Comes at a charge, right? So check it out in the description if you would like to talk about this, breath work or meditation, or again, I always like to if you'd like to talk about your asshole and what's coming out of it and what's going into the I mean, this is your asshole also. This is an extension of your asshole. If you'd like to talk about what's going into your asshole and out of it and all that fun stuff, anything really, we could talk about it, right? So the link for both the Patreon and the consultations is in the description. And that's about it. I love you guys, and until next time, may the force be with you.